Hey gang, AV here. Welcome to my review of the Boss Fight Studios Vitruvian Hacks Series 2 Faerie Warrior the Winged Terror. Here she is, absent from the packaging. I'll explain why in a second. But normally you'd see the figure and her accessories visible there in the bubble. Original artwork there on the left hand side. Flipping it over, you have the other figures available also in this wave. I want you to take note, however, the Winged Warrior's paint deco is significantly different than that. There's also a file card here, so if you'd like to read it, feel free to pause the video and do so now. Alright, so why is she absent from the packaging? Well, because when they shipped this to me, it included the following paperwork. Just a single sheet of paper. It basically says, "Greetings. First of all, we want to thank you for your exceptional patience while we dealt with manufacturing delays. We hope you'll enjoy these new Hacks figures and agree they are worth the wait. We did want to let you know that there are some issues with material hardness from our vendor that will require some special care during assembly. Please follow the instructions below to fully enjoy your Faerie Warrior figure. Sincerely, Boss Fight Studios." And then it basically tells you right there to insert the wings into the back, gently heat the area around with a hairdryer, securely holding the wings, plug them in there after you heat it up, and then heat up the wings once they are attached to loosen up the joint on the wings themselves. When I opened up the figure, I took the paper's advice because the wings were stiff and they were very difficult to plug in cold, so I had to heat up the torso, and then once I had the wings in, I heated up the wings to loosen up the joint on the wings themselves. So, long story short, I do suggest that you follow those instructions. I know I had to. I tried to do it without it, and it wasn't going to work. That being said, here's the figure out of the packaging. Really quick, the other accessories that she comes with: typical Boss Fight Studio base in the shape of the Boss Fight Studio logo, 2-foot pegs, copyright 2020 Hasbro Boss Fight Studios on the back there. She does have an alternate head. This is more or less without the helmet. Pretty cool. Matches her skin tone. She also has the same two alternate hands that Setheno came with. I don't even know if I'm saying Setheno's name right, but anyway. Same hands that she came with. So they're not all splayed out. They're more like spell casting hands. Now, first and foremost, comes with this sword, claw thingy. Kind of cool looking. It's got a nice like metal sheen to it almost. And there is a little bit of purple paint there on the handle. It's hard to tell on the gray, but it's there. Still pretty cool. She has one other accessory besides the wings, and that is this like beetle backpack type thing. Basically the hood for her wings when they're collapsed. It doubles as a shield. Now, I'm bringing this up specifically because you got that paperwork to tell you to heat up the body when you plug the wings in, but it did not address plugging this in. It turns out the peg hole, the peg is actually bigger than the hole that it's supposed to fit into. I do recommend that you heat the figure up before you try to plug this into the back. Even after you've gone to all that trouble to plug the wings in, you're gonna have to heat the figure up again to plug this in to the back if you want to use it that way, because when you don't, like I said, the peg is bigger than the hole you're trying to fit it into, and I did get a stress fracture on mine. It did bend on me. I got some stress marks there. Hopefully you can see that. Get the light in there. So you do want to be careful of that. However, this does, like I said, double as a shield. It's got a handle right there. It is painted black, despite this actually being of a purple plastic and gray, silver, gunmetal maybe on the outside. Okay, so the wings are firmly attached. They are separate accessories technically, but they're on there now very securely. And as part of their articulation, they do rotate all the way around, and they do bend pretty far down, as you can see. So you can get a good range of motion on that hinge just for the wings themselves. Getting them out of the way. The head is on a barbell joint, does a full 360-degree rotation. She can look up, she can look down. Whoops. You can take her head off if you're angry. Tilting her heads from side to side. Arms will do a full 360 unhindered. They go up very high. Nothing at the bicep, elbows. Where's the joint at? There it is. Will bend a full 90 degrees. They also rotate all the way around. Wrists rotate all the way around. Hinge down and up. Now, on Setheno, I had an issue with her diaphragm joint. Not really an issue, but it was not like a typical Boss Fight Studio diaphragm joint. And I think this is similar to that. So you can bend it quite a ways, as you can see. And it does rotate. Her head does not want to stay on. All right. Rotate very freely as well. But when it came time to take her apart, yeah, I got it. But it is a different construction. That is a different peg than we're used to seeing on the female figures. Okay, that explains it. Almost tore up my my review area here doing that, but it was worth it. All right, get her head back on. Put the other head on. How's that sound? Take her helmet off. Maybe that one's to stay on a little bit better. All right. So it is a different construction than we're used to seeing on the Boss Fight Studio Hacks figures. So changing out certain parts may be a little bit less likely. The arms, of course, they'll probably pop off and everything, but that torso is definitely different. She also has a swivel here at the bottom of the abdomen. That is separate than the diaphragm joint I just showed you. Her legs are going to be a little hindered by her skirt, but they do go up. They don't really go back because of her backside. They go out about that far, as you can see. They also have an upper thigh cut, which is nice. Double jointed knees. Kick her heel back about that far. Point her toes up. Point her toes down. And a rocker joint. So very nice articulation on her. As I said, her construction is slightly different than what we have used to see on the female figures, Boss Fight Studios. So articulation is nice, but the actual hacks part of the figure's construction is a little different. So using different parts from different figures, you may run into a little bit of an issue there when using this torso, that's all. Depending on what other parts you want to add to it. All right, so are you going to stand for me? Are you going to stand for me? Come on. She's going to be even tougher to stand probably because of the wings. It throws her weights off. But anyway, doing okay so far. So here she is next to a 1982 G.I. Joe Snake Eyes. As you can see, she is taller than him. I actually have him back a little bit because the wings are in the way, but she is noticeably taller than him. Here she is next to a Vintage Collection Luke Skywalker figure. This is a more modern figure, but he's still 3 3/4 inches tall, whereas she's closer to 4. Here's a more modern G.I. Joe figure, Dollar General Cobra Trooper. As you can see, hopefully that's coming across on camera, but they are actually very close to the same size. There she goes. I knew it was a matter of time. All right, come on now. We're almost done. All right, here she is next to a male Boss Fight Studio figure, the male knight. As you can see, they are comparable in size as well. Marvel Universe Captain America figure. And lastly, the Master Chief. So all in all, it's a cool figure. It is going to require a little bit of extra care out of the packaging to put her together. I do recommend that you take it one step further, besides the instructions that I showed off, and also heat the figure up before you try to plug this into her back. Because, like I said, I got a stress mark on mine. I'm trying to do so. All in all, I think she's kind of cool looking. I like the new articulation and everything as well. Pretty cool. I'm just not I don't know. Fantasy-wise, I think she's cool, and she's definitely an army builder, but I'm not. I'm more on the knight spectrum of the fantasy line, I think. The Knight of Asperity and the Knights of Accord, those are the ones I really gravitate towards. The elves and the Faerie characters, not so much. But anyway, that's just me personally. I think the figure is awesome. I do like the wings. They came out really nice. I like the transparent color they used on them, as well as the pink two-tone paint they used. It's still transparent despite the fact that it's painted. The articulation on it is nice. I do suggest you pick one up if you're interested. That being said, this was a pre-order from about 1.5 years ago. That's why I have mine now. Boss Fight Studio usually likes to fulfill all their pre-orders before they make anything available to the public on their website. So by the time this is up, it should be available in the store. But just in case it's not, it'll be any day now. So just keep checking back if you're interested, and you'll get one. That being said, this has been AV. If you like this video, check out my channel. If you like what you see there, then please subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.